All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever had to manage a large-scale capital project, you already know the budget isn't just one number. It's this complex puzzle, right? You've got grants, different programs, internal funds, and every single one of them comes with its own rulebook. Today, we're going to break down how to master what's known as the color of money challenge. The goal? To turn what is usually a massive headache into a real strategic advantage.
So here's what we'll cover. First, we'll dig into the color of money challenge itself. Then we'll see how you can connect your high-level strategy all the way down to your project portfolio. From there, it's all about connecting specific funds to specific tasks. Then we'll look at how AI supercharges this whole thing, and we'll wrap up with the new competitive advantage you'll have. Okay, so first up, the core problem. I'm talking about the patchwork budget. And look, this isn't just some small administrative issue. For organizations that are juggling massive portfolios, this is a really, really high-stakes challenge. So let's really define this central concept, the color of money. What does that actually mean? Well, it's the simple but powerful idea that not all dollars are created equal. A federal dollar has a different color. It has different rules, different compliance strings attached than a dollar from your own capital fund. Each one has to be tracked and spent in a completely different way. And you know, if you can't track every one of those colors perfectly, the consequences are, well, they're severe. We're not talking about small mistakes here. We're talking about full-blown compliance nightmares that can lead to failed audits and, even worse, losing that critical funding altogether. So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How do you get away from that tangled web of manual spreadsheets and systems that don't talk to each other? How can you build a solution that's automated, completely transparent, and just integrated? Well, that's exactly what we're here to unpack. All right, let's pivot to the solution. And it all starts at the very top. This is about turning all the noise of 1,000 different project ideas into a clear, coherent strategy. It's about connecting those big, long-range plans directly to how you select projects, using real data. So here's how the process starts. First, you define your long-range capital plan. What's your 5 or 10-year outlook? Then, as project ideas come in from different departments, they don't just get thrown into a pile. No. Each idea goes through a structured evaluation using a strategic questionnaire that links it right back to your corporate goals. And from that, you generate a quantifiable alignment score. And this is the magic number, the strategic alignment score. This project here, for instance, has a 95% alignment with key objectives. This single data-driven metric completely changes how you make decisions. You're not relying on guesswork or office politics anymore. You have a hard, objective number to prioritize the projects that are actually going to move your strategy forward. Okay, so you've picked the right projects. Awesome. The next big hurdle is funding them correctly. This gets us to the absolute heart of the matter, connecting funds to tasks. This is where we give every single dollar a very specific job, assigning those different colors of money to work packages before a single person starts working. Let's look at this $10 million project budget, for example. It's not just one big pot of money. As you can see, it's carved up into $5 million in, let's say, blue federal funds, $3 million in red state funds, and $2 million of your own green capital. And each of those colors has its own set of rules for how, when, and where you're allowed to spend it. And here's where the rubber meets the road. The project manager breaks down all the work, and then they assign those blue federal funds specifically to the engineering tasks, because those tasks meet the federal rules. The red state funds, they go to materials. And as the work gets done, every single cost is automatically tracked against the right source. The result? Your project is compliant from day one, not something you have to figure out after an audit. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about how we can supercharge this entire process with Pace AI. This is what takes the system from being just a static plan and turns it into a dynamic, intelligent engine. It's how you turn a compliance burden into a genuine competitive edge. Okay, but AI can feel like a buzzword, right? So what does it actually do here? Well, think of it like having a whole team of specialists working for you 24/7. Analytic AI gives you the real-time truth, so you're always looking at current data, not last month's report. Agentic AI is your co-pilot, suggesting the smartest ways to allocate new funds. Generative AI is like an automated narrator. It literally writes project status narratives for you. Predictive AI is your early warning system, flagging potential budget overruns before they become huge problems. And finally, collaborative AI brings all these insights right into the tools you already use, like Microsoft Teams. So, what does all this cool advanced tech actually mean for the business? Let's translate these features into the strategic value and the outcomes that execs really care about.
Here it is, the payoff, plain and simple. First, compliance is just automated. The audit trail is built while you work, not something you scramble to create later. Second, you get real-time tracking. You can see exactly where money is being spent and how that lines up with actual progress. And finally, you get true strategic agility. If a funding source suddenly changes, you can instantly see the ripple effect across your entire portfolio.
When you put it all together, this is a fundamental shift. You're not just managing schedules and tasks anymore. As our source material so perfectly puts it, with this level of control, you are mastering the complex financial reality of large-scale capital deployment. And that right there isn't just an improvement, it's a total transformation of your strategic capability.